Alright, so tonight we're going to be looking at area models a little bit more, and these can be challenging for students. I want to remind you real quick, I'm just taking the back of my paper, to remind you that we did area models for multiplication. So pretend we were multiplying 18 times 23. If you remember, factor times factor is product. We were using these area models to solve this type of problem. And we put our factors on the outside, so we did 18 times 23, and the whole inside would be our product, whatever we would get. So we would say, oh, well, 18 is kind of difficult, so do 10 and 8. 23 is kind of difficult, so do 20 and 3. And we use this to make it actually easy to solve. So we would do 8 times 20, 60, 20 times 10, and we would use our basic facts, 200, 3 times 8, 24, 3 times 10, 30, and we would add up all of our basic facts, all of our partial products, part of the answers, and get a total product. So if you need to look back at topic 3 to remind you how we did this, so we would say all of this was worth 414. And the reason I show you this now is I want you to realize that now we're going in the opposite order, the inverse operation. Okay, so when we said before that 18 times 23 got us 414, what we're basically doing today is going this way. We know this. We're dividing it by this, and we're finding out this. So if you look at your area model, and I'll highlight, it's like you know what the inside is. You already know that it's made of 414, and you know one of the sides. Like, so pretend that we know this side. We know that one side is 23, but we have to figure out the missing side. That's what we do in division. Multiplication was nice because you just knew both of the sides and you multiplied. Division's a little different. You know the inside, you've got that, and you know one of the sides, you've got that, and you're finding the missing side, okay, or the quotient. So, looking here, if you think about it like that, thinking about our model real quick, thinking, wait, I know the inside is made up of 672, I know one of the sides is worth 7, but I have no idea what this side is. And that's what I have to figure out, okay? That's our job with area models, okay? The first step to make a quick, smart estimate, okay? I know that 70 divided by 7 is 10. And I know if I add a 0 here, I have to add a 0 here. So I'm going to say my answer is about 100. And the reason that's so important, guys, is that if you know you're missing this answer that you're missing is close to 100, when you try to think about something to start with, you're going to start close to that. Okay? Now, the problem is, think about this real quick, and I'm going to do this in pencil. If I started with 100, 7 times 100 is 700, and that's already too big. So I don't want to do 100, okay? So I have to go a little bit lower. It's better to go lower and then build up. What about if we start with, I don't know, 7 times 90? 7 times 90. Well, 7 times 9, and if you need to do your facts out on the side, I encourage you to do so. 7 times 9, or if you need to use your finger tips, some people do, okay, is 63 with a 0. Because of that extra 0. So, it gets me, I'm not all the way up to 672 yet, but I just took out 630 from the middle. So 2 minus 0 is 2, 7 minus 3 is 4. So that means I need 42 more. So that was actually a really good guess because that got a lot out of what I already needed. So now I only need 42 more. Now guys, I want you to think, 7 times what gets you 42? That's a basic fact. And again, if you need to use your multiples, please write them out. 7 times 6 gets you 42. So now I take out 42 more. Guys, we used a 90 and a 6 just now to get us to where we needed. So 7 times 96, so if I'm going to write it like multiplication, 7 times 96 got me 672. So backwards, 672 divided by 7 equals 96. Now, I'm not going to do this next part for you. I'm going to have you do this, but checking with standard algorithm. So I'll just set it up for you. 672 divided by 7, and you're checking real quick to make sure that you get 96 here, okay? Because if you don't, that would be a problem. Also, I want you to check, am I close to my estimate? I said my answer is going to be about 100. Is 96 close to 100? It sure is. Okay? So tomorrow in class we'll be doing a few more of these, but I want you to try to make sense of it. Slow yourselves down, watch videos if you need to, use our old homework, okay, so we can feel good about these. Please also, if you need to ask questions tomorrow, please ask them. I love questions, but just try to have them specific, like not just, I don't get it. What don't you get? Do you not get the SMART estimate? Are you having trouble figuring out the setup? Do you have trouble with the standard algorithm? Like, be specific so I can help you with where you need help, okay? All right, see you tomorrow.